I did want to go through some things. Like, I do read social media. We might actually get a show going where I capture some tweets from social media. What do you lot make of this? This ain't me. Arsenal's lack of creativity is more tactical than personal. Arsenal's lack of solution to mid blocks for the third season in a row is also a tactical issue that stems from intentionally instructing the players to slow play down, even when they're passing lanes for fast breaks. I agree 50% of that. But what do you lot make of that, people? Next one. If we're going to take more risks, Rice, who is our best transitional midfielder, shouldn't be playing in those pockets. Wholeheartedly agree. Um, 2 years ago, I made a point about striking while hot in football and how it isn't a kind of sport that doesn't give those who are deserving trophies. I look at this Arsenal team / managerial cycle and I see one that is ending. What do you lot think of that? I don't know about the cycle ending or the manager leaving, but for me, that would be the most jarring thing, if I'm honest with you, because I do think when it's all said and done, we've had 3 bloody good years to win a Prem. Regardless, congratulations to Liverpool and City and all of them. And you could throw in the FA Cups and all of that stuff. But to not have won a league, when it's all said and done, and I think it is to a degree self-inflicted because we've been good but not good enough, that's the issue. And I feel sorry for the players. I really do, man. Our players aren't technical enough for how slow Arteta wants to play his possession game. Adapt. The manager's cycle is over. The numbers are on the decline. Cycle ain't ending yet. This is why I brought this to the table, because there's already no one's right, no one's wrong. Keep your opinions coming. Subscribe if you haven't. A lot of conflicting opinions. Big up DJ. The Cronkies have invested almost 1 billion in our Arteta's squad. They don't pick the players we spend on. They back the club. Our recruitment hasn't been good enough. There you have it. I'll be real. I do think and I like Arteta. I'm not on the pitchfork thing. For me, I like you. I want you to go win, but I don't like you more than the club. And you haven't earned that. The way some people back him, obviously, rivals come around here. I'm going to act like he's great in it because we need to keep these things internal. I think you're a good manager, but you're crippling yourself. You ain't earned that right from me to back you, not religiously, because no one's above God in it, but to back you religiously. Like I did that with Wenger. I did that. I gave up on Emery at the end. I gave up on Wenger at the end. Not even gave up on Wenger. It was a thing where, like, my guy, it's over, innit? Like, I haven't seen that yet. And I want you to do that because at least we can get behind you. I want it all to work. I want the gaffer to work. I want the players that we're asking questions about to work. I even want the Cronkies to prove us wrong. But yeah, man, I don't feel like we've seized the present, and the past brings regrets. The future brings uncertainty. There's no time like the present. That is the only way to positively affect reality, positively affect, right the wrongs of the past and have a great future. And we haven't always done that. I'll be honest. I think last year we winged it. I think there were severe elements of winging last season's Premier League campaign. Full stop. Winging it. And even that, like, again, I don't know how much you lot can see this, but you got Rice doing this. Rice, obviously, a couple times you're gonna have to do that, but Rice's thing with his ball, with his back to goal, you're not gonna see an effective Declan Rice. That's just me. What do you lot make of this tweet? The sad truth is that we already peaked under Arteta. He's just running the club into the ground now and undoing all the good work he's accomplished. There's no phases left. We need a new manager. Where are you at with that, people? I'm still going on about that. You can see that was me. My own tweet. The saddest thing is Arteta can coach attacking football. We've seen it. We have, but you're choosing not to. That was someone. Yeah, this big up Oz Gunner, because it's not a critique. He was just saying stuff. I said my first initial tweet was, yes, we don't have to overreact. Yes, it's pre-season. People have eyes and are allowed to critique with balance what they saw across 90 minutes. And then Oz said, I don't think we are going to broadcast how we play just yet. Also, probably the last chance to get minutes into the subs. I'd hazard a guess and say the next game will probably roll out the proper stuff. Are you lot with that? Is that what you lot believe? Let me know, people. And then I did tweet, the cook cannot blame the ingredients forever. You can bury your head in the sand all you want, remove emotion, and see what's in front of you. And to a degree, what do you lot make of this? It's pre-season, then it goes to it's game week 3, relax. It's game week 12. We're gonna go on a crazy run in the second half of the season, and trophyless we go again. Boy, we'll have to see. Again, if there was to be any positives, because I am a bit nervous about, I'd say Trossard, Calafiori. I know he's back now, but Gabriel Magalhaes, Timber, actually Kai Havertz now. Bit nervous because even if you don't want Kai Havertz to start against Man United, which I think he will be the case, has Gyokeres got 90 minutes? So then it might have to, you know what? If Kai's injured, it might even be Marino starting. I want my man to play in it. But yeah, man. DJ, I gotta try and be an optimist. Dan, you don't have to try and do anything. Say your truth. If you can be as optimistic or as negative as you want, as long as you're open to being proven wrong and you're open to entertaining other opinions, that's all we do. Me and everyone. Like we can't be optimistic for the sake of it. In life you can, but in football, I don't believe in that. Someone mentioned on the stream yesterday about the Cronky sacking the basketball coach. I had to Google it. 10-year coach sack 2025. Might care for us the same. Was he getting paid 50 million? I don't know, man. Apparently, Mikel Arteta is confident Kai Havertz, Trossard, and Calafiori will all be fit for the start of the Premier League season, people. Specifically, what has been said. Yesterday in training, he, in brackets, Kai, felt something, and this morning he wasn't quite right. So we decided to rest him. I think it's going to be a matter of a couple of days. Hopefully at the weekend, if everything goes to plan, I think he'll be fit. Don't risk him. The three that we lost during the tour, it was Big Gabby, Liao, and Ricky. And for Saturday, I think both of them, Calafiori and Trossard, have a chance if everything in the next few days evolves in the way it has been evolving in the last few days. Moving away from that, let's see everything Arteta has said. On if Gyokeres will take time to get acclimatized. We already broke that line today because I think it was very important for him to start a match and to start to have the feeling and connection with the team. He's been with us only a week or so, but I really saw a lot of things and a lot of purpose, especially the way he was attacking certain spaces. So in general, for a lot of players that haven't played many minutes, we have a lot now that are going to be ready for Saturday in a much better condition. We have gone over that just now with Kai Havertz, Calafiori, and Trossard. Big up Max Dowman. He continues to impress without a doubt. The impact he had in the game again today, the efficiency that he shows in every attack and action is incredible. He deserves to have chances. And if he continues like this, let's see what happens. I say this before, like we do need to guide him and relax and protect him and element of him. He can cope physically, but he's a growing lad mentally, spiritually, all of these things going. Well, he's 15, 16, going through puberty. There's only some talents you can contain. Some you have there's some talents you can contain, and we do have to do that, but there's some you have to nurture. I'm not saying he's going to be starting week in, week out in the Premier League, but listen, he's one of them. He needs to be involved. Need to calm down, but he needs to be involved. On how long it will take the players to get used to Gyokeres. I hope days and every day in training, I think he's getting a really good feeling. I think he's getting connections as well outside, which I think is important with the players that are going to help him to get into position he needs to get into. On his fitness level, I think he hasn't really trained with the team for 2 months. So he's done now 6 or 5 sessions, I think, before today. So I think on Saturday again, he'll take another step and will be in a better condition. Where you lot at with that, folks? Where you lot at with that? Quite interesting, really. Noni Madueke, obviously, he's got desire if he wanted to cut his holiday short. Dowman has said the most similar one was Ranieri. I think it was a different stage there, but he managed it so fast. Even last year when he was training with us, he was doing this kind of thing in training, and now he's doing it in the games consistently. So the 3 or 4 games that he's played, he's managed to have an impact and have big moments. On where Madueke will fit in, this will be interesting. Both sides. I think Noni, when you ask him, he's very comfortable playing on the right and left. So if we want to have inverted footed players, he can do that. He's a real threat. I wouldn't want to play against him, and we want to find something else and play with natural footed players. He's going to give us that solution. Today, you've already seen a couple of balls that he put into the box. The pace and quality he can deliver. So great option. Big up Harry. I think Harry actually asked Arteta that. On if Gyokeres will be 100% ready for the first game of the season. Even players that have had significantly more training sessions won't be, in my opinion, but he won't be because it won't be. But whether he can start is another matter. I think mentally and understanding what he needs to do, he'll 100% or more because he's so willing and so confident as well that he can deliver in a positive way. That I have no doubt that he'll be in a really good place. Listen, are you happy with the preseason preparations? Privately, he might say something differently, but the game on Saturday will be the last one, and then the week towards Man United will be just preparation. A lot of things, very happy. Today, I think the result is painful. I think they were super efficient, but we've been naive. True, we were naive defensively, especially the way we have defended in open spaces, and that's something that, especially the way we play, we have to absolutely nail. Today, we haven't been good at all in that department, and that has cost us the game for sure. On if he's ready for the challenge of the Premier League, ready or not, here I come. I think we've done that in the last 3 years, and that's the next step. We know what it is, and we're going to be better. It's like any other team. When you look at the competition, the pieces of the puzzle they've added, the big ones as well. So we're all trying to be at our best and ready to compete to win the Premier League. On how players have reacted to Dalman's involvement, the reaction is very clear. They have the ball, they give it to him. That tells you how much they trust him and the relationship he's building within the team. I think there's nothing better than that. The confidence they show to make things happen. Smash the like button, folks, and the constant connection they have with him. On if he'll feature in the Premier League, let's see how he goes. Let's go on to Saturday into the break as well. He needs a little break as well because he hasn't had any holidays really. I mean, come on, man. He was on holiday. The man went to Singapore and Hong Kong. In the next few days, he's going to have a break, which I think he needs, and then he'll probably be ready to go again. On what lessons and adjustments we're going to make into the next season, every season has to be different. Last season, for sure, showed that availability is something. He keeps mentioning availability in his press conferences, something that is absolutely key, that has a huge impact on your chances to win the league or the Champions League. And last season, especially towards the last 2 or 3 months of the season, we really struggled with that. I think we've made some great decisions to resolve that possible issue with a lot of players that have the capacity to play in different positions at the highest level. And I think we're stronger. So get over the line. What are you lot saying? Sesko's been confirmed. I hear it. 252 votes in the poll, split 50-50 for belief in Arteta. Let me actually see. I mean, that sums up our fan base. Big up you, DJ, because I completely forgot about the poll. Ooh, fair enough. Boy, Saka had a hamstring injury. That recovery is not 6 months and back. Plus, do any of you even trust the Kroenkes' upper management to hire a better cultural manager? They'll appoint someone to shield them like Arteta did. Boy, shout United for getting Sesko, man. They ain't got nothing to do with this stream, though. People need to understand the club are not listening to outside noise about Arteta being sacked. They have invested so much into him now to turn on him 3-5 months into the season. I hear with that. Don't get twisted. We're still going to do all right. We'll probably finish seconds again, but that's not the point. It's about getting over the line now. It's about getting that. It's about getting that out of the players to go. All the durable players are injury prone now. Kai, Saka, Big Gabby is over. Injury prone players is the start of the coach falling off. This is that Jurgen level burnout. Josh Kroenke doesn't want to sack Teta. He should be sacked already after the performance yesterday. Googled his wages, 675k. Fair point still. I'm being an optimist. Now you in life, you should be optimistic. But I'm a big fan. Dan, this is just, I guess, I don't know if it comes out in football. It's not that I want to talk about negatives or positives. I want to see everything. What are the negatives? What are the positives? What negatives can come from the positives? What negatives can come from, you get what I'm saying, in it? Like remix them, vice versa. That, yeah. You do all of that. That's how I do my life. You do all of that. You write it all down. You ponder. You think deeply. And then you say, fuck it, let's go. I'm not on this acting like, even if everything's negative, I'm not on just, if regardless of how peak something might look, if you're scared, stay at home, in it. Just keep going, in it. And if things are positive, I don't want to get complacent. So like, let's just deal with everything and let's just go at it. Let's not if there's a reason to waffle that everything's amazing or negative, we do all of that, in it. But we need to move. You can't have people doing marathon runs forever. He even broke Kai, who had a good injury record with all this running trash. Don't think he's hiding our tactics, but we're yet to see our best midfield and attack together. True. Wham verts to save the season. I can't see it. I am a massive pessimist, but I hope Arsenal surprise us this season and not in a negative way, hopefully. Fair play. Remember, Isak doesn't have the best injury record. I hear you, man. I ain't trying to hear about Isak because he don't play for us. Dalman and Wanyeri are monsters technically. MLS also up there with them, or perhaps he's just as ambitious while not being as technically excellent, but it's why it looks different with them on. And you know what? Yeah, I think I said this on Harry's stream, yeah. Obviously, I think when Dalman's going out there, it's not that he's not being told to do anything defensively and whatnot, or any tactical things and them things. And naturally, he'll probably be told that the older he gets and the more he rises in the team, yeah. But anyone that's played football, that's one of them. The game's already been stretched or whatever, but Dalman's one of them. He'll just play anyways, but the gaffer said, just go play. You're 50, you're 16, go play. And then when you're seeing him take people on, I don't quite subscribe to Arteta's coaching this out of the team and that, and the players and that, but we have seen that a couple of times where players are just looking good and then they're just like, you're just reverting to type, innit? It's kind of taken out of you. And that's the way it's looking like at Arteta at the moment, man. Arteta was just a guy taking notes, his own style. Hey, man, let's say that, man. Come on, guys. Gyokeres will be a huge success. Get behind Gyokeres. Let him get fully match fit, integrated for the team to actually pass to him. He'll turn defenders. Bro, Gyokeres, they can talk their nonsense off of 2 preseason games. To rival fans, make sure he doesn't score against you. Kroenke spend our money and give us loans they make money on. They never put their hands in their own pocket, but that's just how it goes. I hear it, man. We all know that our team is good enough to win something. Will Arteta be brave and creative enough to utilize this squad to maximize our potential? Having a line-breaking striker and no playmaker, honestly, you may as well play no midfield and just put all defenders on and just your front three and hoof the ball. That would be far more effective. For the last 3 seasons, we have never lost more than 2 goals in open play. Now it's worries because we lost yesterday 3-2. The players and staff need to get this together before it gets normal. Boy. Brother, Martin's numbers down, Odegaard's numbers down, numbers down, Odegaard's numbers down, Saka's numbers down, Havertz's down. A couple men were injured, but I hear it. Nobody scored more than 10 goals last season. 2 were injured, to be fair, but I think that's I agree with you because I think people can hide behind that when in reality, all of the stuff we're talking about, creating and doing all these things, they were there. If we had the technical quality of Barcelona in the squad, then sure, I think the Arteta ball would sincerely work, possibly even be world beaten. But we don't have that. We have good players, though. We have everyone around what age? 23, 26 players ain't even in their prime yet, but they're not going to be here forever. Like, I do think fans are in this trap of thinking you can just build and 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 building for years. You'll be building for 20 years and then suddenly bang. It's not how it works. Arteta has failed. That's it. Time to get lost. Harsh. But you know what? If you in life, if you fail, you have to get on again. After yesterday's game, a lot of Arsenal fans are starting to clock the possibility that Arteta's tactics are the problem. Better late than never. Gyokeres deserves a better manager. It's not about Glock 14. I don't even believe Arteta can think up a reliable way to get the ball to him against low blocks, and that's something that needs to happen. Big up MLS. 70k so close. Subscribe if you enjoy the content. Get my guy to 70k. Discord coming soon. Charles, Discord coming soon, man. Positive hat preseason about minutes and fitness. Be ready for the season. Fan hat preseason has been underwhelming and boring for the most part. I mean, the fitness, but then I hear you and you're right. But then if it's just about fitness, cool, you're a footballer. You should be running up and down and shaking off cobwebs and all of that. Where's the other stuff? I know it's frustrating now, but let's just wait until Man U because then there's no excuse. It's time to go. If Kroenke's mess up the next manager, they're failures. We pay 4th highest in the world. Every manager will want to come here. Let us not worry about what Newcastle are doing. How can we get goals? That is the issue. We have the squad proven from finishing second 3 times. I'm not sure the relevance Newcastle have, but I hear it. Don't think we can beat United if they get Sesko. Because Sesko's going to win every game in the world. Big up Sesko. Listen, everyone knows I wanted either Gyokeres or Sesko. I was one of them weird ones. I didn't give a monkeys. Spare a thought for Newcastle, though. Spare a thought. You are Matthias Cunha, you know what? At least you own your shamelessness. Because I've got your screenshots. Don't worry, in this season we'll be there. We'll be there. I've got Gyokeres. I don't listen to Arteta because you know what? I'll slander my manager to get at you because you don't support Man United. His talent ID in the attacking sense might be shaky. Gyokeres does not need to be compared to strikers that have only scored 13 league goals. That's Lacazette settings. Lacazette cost 52 million. You're a shameless individual, but big up yourself, man. I know it's a bit of bants. It's weird though, because I did think, way before the Sesko saga and the Gyokeres saga, if you had to put money on it, you probably thought United would have got Gyokeres and we would have got Sesko, and it's the other way around. So, boy, and I know some Arsenal fans, the ones that wank over footballers, they're completely upset about Sesko going over there or Sesko not getting him. And I know there's a lot of your fans who done the hammering link. The football doesn't suit Gyokeres. It's gonna have to. It was a big moment for me. Big up Norgard for bagging as well, man. Hail him up. It was fantastic, of course, walking onto the pitch knowing you're an Arsenal player. I've tried a few times being in the opposing team, and it's more fun to wear the Arsenal shirt. It was a big moment, of course. It was a big moment as well to score, but I couldn't really enjoy it as much as I would have because of the scoreline at the time, and also not being able to win the game, of course, this game at home. But there's still some things we need to improve before the season starts. I hear it, people. It's just the final execution in both ends. That is what football is about. We can talk about tactics and all of these things, yeah. It's just about the final execution in both ends. That is what football is about in a sentence for all teams in any context since the beginning of time. Fair play. They had 2 or 3 chances and they scored on all of them. And we had so many almost chances like that where we just didn't execute well enough. So that's what we have to work on in the last 10 or 11 days before the season starts. And if we get it right, I'm sure we'll be fine in the season. And he said, I think for me, it's nice not being the only new guy in the class. So I'm enjoying that. And to be fair, everyone is so nice. It's been an easy team to settle in. I really enjoyed my first month and hopefully there's more to come. Fair play, man. I was cool with Sesko or Gyokeres. I like Sesko. I know the potential and all of that people wanted right now. I like Gyokeres from himself. I liked Gyokeres because it goes against the grain of what we would recruit. And also it's right now mode. Like it's right now. It's not. I think there would be more excuses in general where Arsenal are at with Sesko and yeah, one day, 1 year endowment, Sesko, all these guys in 2045, they're gonna be 26 and we're gonna win the champs, the Prem, the US Open, Wimbledon. We're gonna do all of this, right? Sometimes you have to seize the present. And people behave like, cool, whether Gyokeres is a failure or not, it's neither here nor there. Going to be that is neither here nor there. He's 27. He's not 97. So yeah, man, do the thing. All the Gunners nominated for Ballon d'Or honors, people. Women's Coach of the Year. I just want to say, I'm just being a bit silly. But the women's side, they sat their manager and won the Champions League. And they say Arsenal didn't win anything. You see what we're doing. Big up Slegers. Renee, we done a watch along for that. Large up yourself. Men's Yassin Trophy. Good thing they ain't seen Raya during pre-season, but Raya's normally down for it, really. Need to get back to your high standards, if I'm completely honest. Raya's been nominated for the goalie thing. Are you going to win that? You got some good Donnarumma. To be fair, I'll give it Donnarumma, to be fair. I'll give it Donnarumma. I'll back you to be second for last year. Donnarumma should win that for me. Women's one. We're just going to go with Arsenal. Men's Copa Trophy. Run that to Miles Lewis Kelly. Run that. Oh, you know what? Yalmao. There's some good. Hey, this is who we should be getting from Porto. Porto, I beg you lot. If you lot want Kivior, we'll give you him. We'll give you him. But that's knocking 30-40 million quid off the price tag. Bring him. Howson did well for Bournemouth, but you shouldn't be in this. Bodardi of Leo, you're good. Kabasi's cold. Estavio's cold. 49, Lewis Kelly. Kellen Yildiz cold. Do you know what? Is it a thing where Osman Dembele wins the Ballon d'Or and Lamine Yamal wins this Copa thing? Because if they give it Lamine Yamal, big up D and Dean from Famzone TV. If D, you better hope Yamal don't win the Ballon d'Or. Because when I was telling you the best player in the world, and I know he's somewhere, I'm on you. But there's that. Big up the galley as well. Big up Michelle, as you man. Come on, put it home for us. So yeah, big up them for their awards as well, people. Big up them. Why Gyokeres at Arsenal is shades of when Haaland joined City. I'm not going to read that because I've been saying this for time. In fact, for you, I will read it. Let's skip through the Tosh. His best opportunity, he was feeding off scraps. His best opportunity came moments before he was substituted, just after the hour mark when Marino found him in the box with a threaded through ball. The angle was tight. Yeah, but Gyokeres got the shot away. He did force a save. Wasn't that the ball that it was slide meant for Saka? Before that, the 27-year-old had only a few half chances from crosses into the box. Wouldn't even say he had that. And his first start for Arsenal was a quiet affair, which is true. Boy, he's trained 5 or 6 times, as Arteta has said there. 14 touches on the ball, which is a shame. Gyokeres dislikes comparisons to Haaland, but it's not hard not to draw that. It is a similar situation. At the end of the day, you got to fix that. Didn't agree with Rumours. I wasn't at the game, but Pepe getting booed for a team and fans that want to love that to the point where Arsenal fans like to shove it down other fans' face about being a classy club. I don't know what Pepe did wrong. The Times has spoken about Arsenal and other clubs, people. I only care about Arsenal, but what Arsenal need, bearing in mind, it was behind the paywall. So if it don't really make sense, allow me in it, people. What Arsenal need? Arsenal have already brought in Victor Gyokeres, Martin Zubimendi, Noni Madueke, Christian Mosquera, Christian Norgard, and Kepa Asprililaga. The signing of Gyokeres as centre forward was craved by fans and took the total cost of their summer spending to more than 200 million. They prioritize players who had a good injury record. Mikel Arteta still wants to add a direct left winger and potentially a creative midfielder, helping to create a style that has been noticeably, I don't know why I couldn't say that, more direct at times in preseason way. But you got, so that, can you really see Madueke and two other attackers? I don't know, man. See the chance when Saka sent it back and Gyokeres lifted his leg up in the air to go for the volley. Osman would have headed that. That's cool, man. But Osman's not here, my brother. He's not here. We can only deal with what's here. What may happen? They plan to approach Crystal Palace about Eze, an attacking midfielder, and must wait to see if Rodrygo or Ford can leave Real Madrid on loan. So there's a reality where you might not get Eze, and it seems regardless, Rodrygo wants to stay. Like, I hear it. It seems like Rodrygo's advisors are forcing him to. Well, Rodrygo's advisors are fielding out offers. Real Madrid are kind of not pushing him out the door, but kind of trying to nudge him out the door. But not that I know Rodrygo, it still feels clear that he wants to stay at Real Madrid. Anything can happen, but it seems like he wants to stay. With Eze, I've always said, for me, quality player. But where does Arsenal and Arteta see Eze? I don't agree with this, and it's different denominations, people. But reality is, Kepa's, in his 30s. Gyokeres is 27. We cry about resale value. Would they really bring in, and all the others, what? Marino came in last season and he's like 27, 28. Zubamendi's 26. As much as I'm on this right now mode, we care about resale value. Are they really going to go for, did they really rate Eze that much where they're probably going to put him on 100 bags? It's going to cost 50, 60 odd million quid. I think you could take Odegaard's spot or compete with him, but they might have plans to play with Odegaard. Might not necessarily see anything changed with either Zubamendi or Rice dropping out if Odegaard's not, and you go with 1-6 and 2-8. Maybe Eze is going to play off the left-hand side, but if you get Rodrygo, where'd you go with that? We also heard Wanyeri's new deal kind of looks at it. So when you break it down, it looks a myth. And for all the talk about Zinchenko, Fabio Vieira, Reece Nelson, Kivior linked with various clubs, and it seems like there's some more credible links than others, and anything can develop. Haven't seen anyone like walk out the door yet at this moment in time. Nonetheless, people. So yeah, Rodrygo might be able to join on loan. They're in talks to offload midfielder Fabio Vieira, who has interest from Stuttgart, among other clubs. Reece Nelson to Fulham, Zinchenko, Kivior, Lokonga, and Trossard also available. How is Lokonga was on the bench yesterday? How's he managed to blag that, people? How's he managed to blag that one over there, people? I don't know, but nonetheless, let's see what Football London is saying, people. Nelson is also in discussions over a move to Fulham. Stuttgart are in talks with Fabio Vieira. Trossard's expected back soon after a minor muscular injury. He's believed to have a price tag of 20 million. The Belgium's future is expected to be the most determined of any incomers for Arsenal before the window closes, with a move for a replacement as a necessity if the winger does leave. Discussions are taking place earlier in the window around Eze, and while the player remains of interest to the club and vice versa, the renewal of Wanyeri appears to have been a bigger link to the move for the Crystal Palace player than previously thought, not to mention Dalman's performances and conscious over a pathway for the talented teenager, which is great, but boy, had Arsenal been unsuccessful in renewing Wanyeri's contract, the need for a central attacking player would have been paramount. However, the more pressing need now, as a result, that remains for Arsenal this summer is expected to be elsewhere. A late in the window move for a player would most likely involve a more traditional wide player, with Eze predominantly a more central figure who could operate in wider areas. Arsenal have interest in Rodrygo and Anthony Gordon, but Berta has plenty of market options should the club have the need and capacity to move for a player in late August. So we ain't really learned anything new there, have we, people? Liverpool consider Rodrygo as their plan C. Liverpool are living who that? What world is Rodrygo plan C target? Their plan A is Isaac, and their plan B is Bradley Bacola, according to reports, people. Indy Kaya, you know what? He got co-signed the other day or yesterday, 24 hours ago, by David Ornstein. So you know what? You have to respect his gangster. Liverpool and Arsenal both contacted Real Madrid to inquire on Rodrygo loan with obligation to buy it in the summer of 2026. Again, there's a price tag of 100 million euros apparently. It's apparently Rodrygo could still leave. Should we see what this article's saying? He could still hand in a transfer request this summer, according to a report. The Brazilian winger continues to be the subject of speculation, although transfer links have died down in recent days due to a lack of concrete news. Rodrygo has been widely expected to leave Real Madrid this summer, but nothing has come so far. The 24-year-old found himself increasingly on the peripheral towards the end of the season, with a combination of fitness problems and a lack of form seeing him drop out of the Las Blancos side. The situation didn't change under Xavi Alonso at the Club World Cup, which further spurred the rumour mill. Upon his return from holiday, Rodrygo was set for clear the air talks with the head coach to get a clearer picture on his standing in the team. The two have now discussed the matter, but no definitive decision on Rodrygo's future has been reached. The 24-year-old is still keen to win his place back at Real Madrid, stopped short of handing in a transfer request. According to South American football expert Tim Vickery, the situation could still change in the final days of the window. If Rodrygo gets the feeling he won't be a regular under Alonso. Surely you know that now anyways. He may yet request to leave, which could see the likes of Arsenal and Liverpool reignite their interest. Let's watch this space over the next few weeks because this could be interesting. Rodrygo has a Real Madrid dilemma that is hard for players to be top dog there. He's so talented, almost absurdly talented. But someone who has to do the hard yards, and Jude Bellingham said last year that he considered Rodrygo the most talented of them all, and one who has to sacrifice himself the most for the side. Where does Xabi Alonso see him? Because he can play anywhere across the front line. He didn't use him very much in the Club World Cup. When he did, it was wide right. We know Rodrygo doesn't want to play wide right. He would prefer a free role. Can you really get a free role in the modern day without some sort of things to have done? Now, what we understand is he's very keen on staying at Real Madrid and proving he can be a key player on that side. Over the next 2 weeks, if that doesn't happen, then he might start looking around. And what an asset he would be. It's a waste of time to have him as a bit part player, filling in spaces or playing on the right. You want him roaming free, dropping his little bombs all over around the opposing goal. We did see yesterday that Football Transfers understands Arsenal would submit a bid for Eze once the potential sale of Fabio Vieira to Stuttgart has been processed. We are told the Gunners are currently prioritizing the departure of the Portugal international in order to have more financial leeway in their pursuit of Eze. Talks with Stuttgart over a permanent deal are ongoing. Okay, Arsenal's initial price tag is likely to be more than what's been said, but all parties appear keen to get a deal done quickly. The North London club's urgency stems from the fact that they would ideally like to get a deal for Eze in place this week. The England star too, is keen to become an Arsenal player as soon as possible. Eze wants clarity on his future before Sunday's Community Shield clash with Liverpool. That ain't going to happen, in it, really, if I'm honest with you. So I'd love to see it. If Arsenal can manage to find common ground with Palace this week, Eze is not expected to feature on Sunday. The North London club are confident of agreeing a deal for the 27-year-old. However, the next few days are going to be crucial in determining whether or not Eze will be a Gunners player come the end of the window. He's keen on the move, but he's not actively trying to force through a transfer and could remain at Palace if no agreement is reached. Arteta said he wants to balance his squad. Eze would do exactly that, being able to provide cover on the left wing as well as the 10. He could be Arsenal's final piece of the puzzle. Rodrygo is keeping an eye on the whole Vinicius situation. Is he really? He's supposed to be the most wide players, the fastest sprinter with the ball at his feet in our squad. Who you referred to? Pointing to Odegaard to defend Martinelli is not a good start. Odegaard wanted out by a lot of people. Odegaard only goal inputs have been 2 pens won by the two most inexperienced players in the squad. Is Lookman a plan C because he has scored in a Europa League final against Leverkusen? I think Lookman is just destined for Inter Milan. Now, I can never pronounce his name, but Magnus Akelushe, Leverkusen are set to get him for 50 million euros. Now, I'm not here to debate if he's the best left wing option. He was linked with us. These are the guys I'd rather pivot to and go and get people. So, yeah, it seems like he is going to Germany. We've gone over that already. Rangers have joined the race to sign Arsenal goalkeeper Karl Hein, who spent last season on loan at Real Valladolid. Apparently, Sevilla are still in the mix for him, people. Is there anything else Arsenal related? Should I have a browse? Okay. This is why you need to... Oh, what? Gyokeres has been nominated? Hold on. Agendas, hold on. We got a Tranquillo, people. There's so much stuff on the timeline. Tranquillo, let's go there. Hold on. They were agendaing my... No wonder they are killing my striker for not scoring a goal off the bench in 15 minutes and like an hour you know, playing at the Emirates where he's had 5 or 6 training sessions. Hold on. Ballon d'Or nominations. Like I said, we ain't got problems with Sesko. Sesko, get your goals up, not your funny up. We do not beef strikers who don't have 20 league goals. They've never did it. They've never did it. They've never did it. It's cool, though. It's cool, though. It's cool. Akiliush. Akiush. Akliush. Akliush. Akiush. Monaco lad, the Monaco lad. With Madison's injury, Spuds will be desperate for Eze. I can't lie, man. If they get Eze,